In this video, I'm going to be ranking every single new NBA playoff spotlight sim card in NBA 2K25 My Team on a tier list here ranging from S that does go down to C tier. Only got four tiers here, guys, on the tier list because there's only 24 playoff cards. There's 16 of the pink diamonds and 8 of the Galaxy Opals, but I wanted to get you guys a tier list just to do a full ranking of all of these cards and where I do think they rank, who I think is really good, who I think is maybe not so good. But let me know, what playoff cards do you guys have on your guys' squads, and just let me know, have you guys been completing all of the pink diamonds? Have you guys been completing all of the Galaxy Opals? And let me know what you guys think about these NBA playoff spotlight sims cards. Now, to talk about the first card on this tier list is going to be Galaxy Opal Jaden McDaniels, and I feel like he's got to be the best in this entire game when it comes to the NBA playoff cards. He is so good at the small forward position. I mean, easily the best card in my opinion. He's 6'9" at small forward with a 7-foot wingspan. His defense is top tier, 95 block, 98 steal, 97 perimeter, 95 interior defense. Really good on that side of the floor. Amazing Hall of Fame defensive badges. He's only missing rebound chaser and box out beast on Hoff. He's got Hall of Fame Deadeye, Limitless, Set Shot, which is really good to have. 97 agility is great for defense, 95 driving dunk, and also does have a good jump shot. By no means is it like the best off the dribble and best 3-hunting jump shot, no, but is it a very good release in the catch and shoot? 100% yes. And he's also got like Trey escape, carry behind the back, Devin Booker dribble style. He's got some movement to him, and I do think he's easily the best NBA playoff spotlight sim card. Now, to talk about Pink Diamond LeBron, I don't know if this card is S tier anymore, just because there's so many good, Galaxy Opal cards that I do think are an S. But I think LeBron, you know what, LeBron's probably S. I think he's maybe the worst card in S tier that we'll have. But for example, he's more likely to be used than Moses Moody, in my opinion, because Moody's only 6'5" at the shooting guard position. Now, Moses Moody is really good, obviously, because he's one of the Galaxy Opal cards from the semifinals, and he's really good defensively. I'm just not a huge fan of his jump shot, and I think his dribble six could also be quite a bit better. Now, Moses Moody is really good, but I think LeBron's a more usable card just because of how well LeBron does play in game, the animations that LeBron gets, and also I do really like his jump shot as well. So Moses Moody just going to barely miss out of being in the S tier category, and I think it's because he's probably one of the worst or the worst Galaxy Opals from the semifinals. Now, talking about from round 2, it's called they just call it semifinals, like the Western and Eastern Conference semifinals. Now, to talk about Pink Diamond Shea, I think he's good. I mean, he's definitely one of the better cards on this list when it comes to the pink diamonds. He's not the best pink diamond. I think it's probably LeBron or Giannis, but I do think Shea is still really good, and I think he deserves A tier. He's still a good point guard, but I don't think he's S tier. We have a lot of good point guards like Jamal Murray, but is Jamal Murray better than Shea? I don't know, because the thing about Jamal, guys, is like his jump shot's better than normal. Like, I feel like his release is always really bad, and it's not that bad of a jump shot, but like if you compare him to Pink Diamond Shea, I don't think there's honestly that much of a difference. Like, I think they're very similar at the point guard position in ranking. Jamal might have better stats and badges because he's a Galaxy Opal. Like, defensively, he's going to be better on paper. But when it comes to the animations, I like Shea's jump shot more, even though it's on normal timing. Dribble sigs wise, I guess you could give the slight edge to Jamal, but I do like the way that Shea moves in game. He's also 2 inches taller with a way longer wingspan. So for me, I think Jamal could be argued as a better card for sure, but I don't think he's a whole tier above Shea in the S tier category. Talking about Pink Diamond Paulo, I think he's also A. I think he's not as good as LeBron, but he's still really good. He's 6'10" at small forward with a good jump shot. He plays good defense, and he's a very well-rounded card. So I do think Paulo deserves to be an A tier. Now, talking about Jalen Green, I don't think he's one of the worst pink diamonds from the NBA playoff cards, but I also don't think he's one of the best pink diamonds. So for me, he's going to be in that second lowest tier. He's going to be in B tier. 6'4" point guard, 6'7" wingspan, not a great defender. Jump shot only on normal timing isn't amazing. He's nowhere near as good as this Dark Matter Jalen Green, because this card's got its release on very quick timing. I mean, it's a similar card in the sense of like it's still Jalen Green. It's still got the same dribble sigs as that card, but the jump shot being on normal is a lot slower and a lot worse. But I do think a fair spot for Jalen Green is going to be in B tier. Now, Lou Dort to me is probably S, just because he's better than Moody in my opinion. He's better than Jamal Murray. He's better than Shea at the point guard position. He is so good defensively. It just really comes down to if you like his jump shot or not, because he's 6'4" point guard with a 6'8" wingspan, but the defense is unbelievable. 99 steal, 98 perimeter, 95 block with a 95 interior defense. Unbelievable defensive card. And then you take a look at his animations. I mean, he's got Trey escape, which I really like. Zach LaVine behind the back is okay. Devin Booker dribble style is good. Not a huge fan of the Ray for Allison size up. It's that one where like J.R. Smith has it, Ben Wallace has it, George Gerving has it, where like they jump before they put the ball between their legs. It's kind of like a funny animation. Looks like they're a horse jumping over or something. It's just a funny little animation that the Rafer Allison size up has, and it's not very good, so it's obviously not going to be great to have it on a point guard. But I do think this card is still really, really good defensively, and I think when we're talking about these NBA playoff cards, I do think he's going to be an S tier. Now, talking about Nikola Jokic, if I'm being completely honest, he's going to be in the lowest tier, which we do have as C. Now, Nikola Jokic, I mean, he's probably a fun card to use if you're a Jokic fan, but like, he doesn't have a good jump shot. He doesn't have good dribble sigs. He's slow. He doesn't have a high vertical. He doesn't have very good defense. I mean, he's a fun card to use if you're a Jokic fan, but when we're talking about the best playoff cards in this game on a tier list, I do think he's going to be in the lowest tier, which is going to be C tier. Now, talking about Pink Diamond Kawhi, I think a really good small forward just like Paulo, you know, for the Pink Diamond tier. I don't think he's as good as LeBron at the small forward position. I do think LeBron is a tier above Paulo and a tier above Kawhi, but both those cards are still really, really good at the small forward position. Talking about Ja Morant, I mean, basically kind of on that same ranking as Jalen Green. He's not as bad as like a short point guard like, you know, Brunson that we'll talk about here in a second, but he's definitely not as good as like a Jamal Murray, Shea at the point guard position. Talking about another point guard is going to be Galaxy Opal Ty Jerome. Now, they made Ty Jerome literally a god offensively when it comes to his dribble sigs. He's a 6'5" point guard. You know, these are his stats and his badges, but like, go to his animations and just take a look at those dribbling animations. That is unbelievable for a 6'5" point guard, and just any point guard in this game. He's got damn near perfect sigs. Darius Garland size up, Darius Garland dribble style, Steve Francis size up, Curry escape, Trae Young behind the back, Alex Caruso motion style, Pro 2 fade. The only bad thing about this card is his jump shot. If he had a better jump shot, this would damn near be like a top 10 point guard in this game. I'm not even kidding. If he had a good jump shot and a higher block rating and a higher dunk rating, I mean, this would be like a top 10 PG in the game. But because his jump shot like isn't insane, he's still going to be an S tier, but I think he's probably the second best Galaxy Opal, maybe even the third best Galaxy Opal in the second round of the playoffs. Now, talking about Anthony Edwards, realistically, this card is just horrible in my opinion. He's going to be in C tier. Now, Pink Diamond Giannis, I think deserves to be an S tier, just like LeBron. Both those cards, I know their stats and their badges might not look insane, but they still play incredibly good in game. They still get some of the best slashing animations. They both feel unstoppable at going to the basket and play a lot better defense than you would expect for both of those cards when you look at their stats and their badges. Now, looking at the next card here is going to be Pink Diamond Curry. If I have to be honest, he's probably going to be like either really high C or low B tier. I think I'll go low B tier for Steph. I mean, he's not as good as Jalen Green and Ja in my personal opinion, but I do think he's probably better than some of the cards in C tier. Now, Aaron Nesmith, he's probably on the same ranking as like Moses Moody in my opinion. Really good shooting guards, and I think they're obviously good for being free, but I don't think they're as good as the cards in S tier, just in my personal opinion. Talking about Pink Diamond Porzingis, you guys are probably saying, how is Porzingis going to be in C tier? He's a 7'2" demigod, and Porzingis will be really good if they gave him any lick of speed, man. He's got 35 speed, 35 agility. It's May, guys. He's just not playable. You can't run a card that has 35 speed, 35 agility. I don't care that it's Porzingis. He's 7'2" at center. He has a really good jump shot. It doesn't matter. He's also not that great of a defensive card, but 35 speed is just going to be way too slow. He's going to be in that C tier category. Also, alongside Jalen Brunson, I mean, a 6'1" point guard with just not that great of a jump shot, doesn't play any defense, and he's definitely worse than Jalen Green, Ja Morant, and Curry at the point guard position. So I do think he's going to be in our lowest tier, which is going to be in C tier. Talking about Galaxy Opal Mikal Bridges, I think this is a really good shooting guard. 6'6" with a 7'2" wingspan, plays really good defense on the perimeter, and does have a very nice jump shot. Talking about Tyrese Halliburton, probably one of the other, you know, weaker and worse cards in this NBA playoff set, but shout out to Tyrese, man. That game-winning shot was unbelievable against the Cavs in game number 2. If you guys were watching that live or just watched that or seen that clip, I mean, Tyrese Halliburton, he's shown why I guess maybe he's not so much overrated than all the NBA players think. But shout out to Tyrese for that shot. But I do think in 2K, he's going to be one of the worst cards. I would say Darius Garland, just because of his jump shot and his dribble sigs actually being really good. I do think he's going to be in B tier, but he's only 6'1", so he obviously can't be any higher than the B tier category. Talking about Derek White, I think this is one of the best cards from the second round, and the Galaxy Opals, obviously on the same ranking as like a Ty Jerome and a Jaden McDaniels. I like him more than Lou Dort because he plays just as good as defense as Lou Dort in game, but his jump shot is so amazing, like easily the best jump shot out of like every single card here. I love that Derek White release on very quick timing. I do think easily going to be in the S tier category. Talking about Pink Diamond Cade, he's a good point guard, kind of on that same ranking as Pink Diamond Shea. And then we got Bam Adebayo, who I think is going to fill out that B tier category. And guys, that's going to be my ranking of every single NBA playoffs card so far that we've got in the next round. We are going to get 4 Dark Matter cards, and then we're going to get 2 100 overall cards, and then we're going to get that final invincible card, and I'll make an updated tier list probably by the time we get that invincible, or maybe by the time we get the 100 overall cards. But let me know in the comment section down below, what do you guys think about these NBA playoffs cards? Let me know what you guys think about my rankings, and again, let me know how many cards do you guys have, what cards are you guys grinding for, are you guys going for that free invincible, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.